Right. Let's get into this. We've got quite a bit of material here, articles, some research notes, all pointing towards this, well, pretty big move by a major tech company into electric cars.
Xiaomi.
Exactly, Xiaomi. And their SU7 sedan. So what we're trying to do in this deep dive is sift through all this and figure out what makes this car actually noteworthy, especially, as it's supposedly heading towards Europe, maybe Italy.
Yeah, and I'm here to sort of help connect those dots from the analysis and the sources and really understand the significance, the potential impact, maybe.
Okay. So Xiaomi, the company you probably know for like phones, smart home stuff. Suddenly they're building this full-size performance electric sedan, the SU7,
Yeah,
launched in China, what, 2024?
that's right. Already launched there. And the reports suggest Europe, including Italy, maybe 2025.
And what jumps out immediately from the sources is just the audacity, maybe?
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
a tech brand aiming right for this
Very
segment and the pricing they're talking about described as incredibly competitive.
Right. Let's talk price.
Yeah.
Because the sources give some expected European figures based on China. So the base SU7 converts from yuan to around, what, 28,000 euros, 500, something like that.
Somewhere in that ballpark, yeah, based on the conversion from about 215,900 yuan.
Okay. Then there's a mid-range max version.
Correct. That one's predicted around 38,500, coming from roughly 300,000 yuan.
But this is where it gets, well, really interesting according to these reports. The top one, the Ultra.
Ah, the Ultra, yeah.
Based on its Chinese price, the sources are floating a figure around 70,000 euros for Europe.
Which sounds like a lot, but...
But then you see the performance numbers they're tying to that price.
Exactly. I
Yeah.
mean, the specs cited for the Ultra they're pretty wild. We're talking, according to reports, 3 electric motors.
3 motors.
Total power output listed as 1,547 CV. Similar to horsepower.
Okay.
And that apparently gets it from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in under 2 seconds.
Under 2 seconds.
Yeah. And a top speed mentioned of 350 kilometers per hour.
Wow.
These are, as the sources keep saying, basically electric supercar numbers.
And it's not just about the speed, right? The tech specs mentioned seem solid too, like the battery, the CATL Colin 2.0.
Yep, a big 93.7 kilowatt-hour capacity battery.
And the range.
The recorded range is up to maybe 620, 630 kilometers.
Okay, but that's the Chinese cycle, right? Which is usually higher.
That's a really important caveat, yes. The Chinese cycle tends to be more optimistic than the European WLTP. Still, it's a big battery. And the charging speed mentioned.
Fast charging, yeah. 10 to 80% in just 11 minutes.
That's what the reports claim. If true, that's incredibly quick.
So performance, battery, charging. What about the car itself, the design?
Described generally as elegant. It's big, nearly 5 meters long, 3-meter wheelbase, so spacious inside, presumably.
Right.
And the interior is noted as being very technological, refined. They even mention a Nürburgring edition in some sources, which kind of underlines those performance goals.
And you can't ignore the context here, what the sources say about the market reaction in China.
No, absolutely not. Huge success right out of the gate. Over 250,000 orders reported, 135,000 deliveries already made. That's massive.
And seeing it displayed in Milan recently, as mentioned, that feels like a clear signal.
Definitely signals European intent.
So if you connect that to the expected European launch, spring 2025 for deliveries, the analysis seems to be suggesting a direct challenge.
Yeah, the sources position it, especially that Ultra version, as aiming squarely at competitors like the Tesla Model 3 performance, maybe even nudging into territory occupied by cars like the Porsche Taycan, at least on performance for price.
So the main takeaway, really, from reading all this, it seems to be that Xiaomi is trying to offer this extreme supercar-level EV performance at prices the sources call very competitive compared to the established European and American brands.
Exactly. It potentially disrupts that link between top-tier performance and traditional premium pricing.
Okay, so pulling this all together, what does this actually mean then for you listening for the European EV market?
Well, based purely on what these reports are saying, the SU7 looks like a potentially significant new player. It's this blend of Xiaomi's tech background, genuinely startling performance specs, and that aggressive pricing strategy we talked about.
Right.
It suggests maybe that extreme EV performance won't just belong to the usual luxury or sports car names anymore, or at least not at the prices we've come to expect.
So maybe something to think about based on all this. Considering those ultra specs under 2 seconds, 350 kilometer rate top speed, And that predicted European price around 70,000, which could undercut comparable rivals?
Yeah.
What kind of impact could that have? How might it change the definition of a premium or performance EV?
And maybe how will those established brands have to react when this car actually lands in Europe?